HometownNewsNow.com, this is Update News on 96.7 The Eagle. Welcome to Sound Off on 96.7 The Eagle, LaPorte County's original social media. Sound Off is a public interest forum that encourages your voice to be heard on the topics and issues impacting our local communities. We invite you to be part of the conversation by calling or texting 219-362-0522. You may also email your questions to soundoff at 967theeagle.com. This is a topic-based program, and we ask that you keep your comments brief, concise, and related to the topic being discussed. The views expressed on Sound Off are those of the host or callers and do not represent the opinion of 96.7 The Eagle, Spoon River Media, LLC, or the sponsors. The on-air line is now open for your calls or texts at 219-362-0522. And now, Sound Off on 96.7 The Eagle.
And welcome to Sound Off on this Friday. Stan Maddox here. We have a guest on our show today, and our guest is LaPorte Mayor Tom Dermody. So give us a call. Our Sowers GMC on-air and text line one more time, 362-0522. Once again, our guest today, LaPorte Mayor Tom Dermody. Tom, as always, welcome to Sound Off.
Boy, it's great to be here. There's nothing like the smell of fresh grass on the opening night of football, getting that season going, and good luck to all the high school teams. You know, we got New Prairie, LaPorte tonight, but for all fans, New Prairie and LaPorte, stop by. There's a tailgate pregame. Kiwanis goes for the LaPorte Educational Foundation, helps with the teachers. Come out, support it, get something to eat. I think there's food trucks this year, so they've developed into food trucks. There's all type of, bounce houses, everything on the backside of Kiwanis Field.
Wow.
So enjoy that. I just left the ribbon cutting for Hotspot Cafe charity, doing the Health Foundation, funding the mural, naming the frog. I'm not sure they have an official name. So just everything good happening this weekend. You know, you got Relay for Life. You've got the Guardian Riders. You've got a pickleball tournament. I've got like 4 to 5 to 6 events for just tomorrow alone. So remember when we first started and people said, there's nothing ever to do in LaPorte? I think hopefully people recognize that there's something to do.
They just need to get out more.
Yes, well, they can get out now, and there's a lot happening. Got the market on Sunday. Yeah, and, you know, I held a meeting Wednesday. Courtney Parthoon, our clerk treasurer, and myself, we invited and had an amazing turnout of elected public officials. We brought Baker Tilly in to the Civic, and they talked about Senate Bill 1, or Senate Enrolled Act Now 1, to talk about the losses moving forward to local government while reductions of property taxes for residents happen between now and 2031. So, you know, what is that balance? I don't think local units can just turn around and tax our residents. I know that's kind of the goal that I think the legislature wants, maybe to push more funded local government towards income tax. But people still want their roads done. They want water, sewer. One of my biggest focuses or concerns, and I have no say in it, are the school system, to make sure they have enough funds to educate our kids, because there's nothing. Get rid of city government, get rid of county government, get rid of townships, whatever. But education is key.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk more about that here in a minute. Let's take a quick telephone call. Our first one for the day. You're on Sound Off with Mayor Dermody.
Let's take a quick telephone call.
Well, you have to turn your radio down, please.
Hello, Mayor Tom.
Yes, sir.
Okay, have you got your list of excuses ready?
I got my list of getting things done. Do you have your question that actually makes sense?
Okay. You just talked about how wonderful that Civic is. I just left Dennis Siddell. The concert for tonight is canceled. I'm sure there's a good excuse for it, right?
Tomorrow night.
Okay, tomorrow night. Did you know that?
Yes. We got to have interest from people that want to go to the concert. I'd love.
I got 2 tickets here.
And I know they've all been refunded. If you haven't, you'll be seeing that very soon. And this is the first one. Hey, sometimes something doesn't work. You got to try everything. We've been trying and doing well for 6 years, I guess 5 years now, turning it around. So our percentages are pretty good.
Next question. Are we going to live the lake life next year? Threatening on the radio that the lake's going to be shut down next year because of the seafoil.
No, the lake's not going to be shut down. That's
that's a rumor.
The Lakes
right
Association, they treat the lake every year.
It was on the radio. Possibly the lakes will have to be shut down next year.
I never said that in the story. I said the weeds could overtake Pine Lake if they don't treat it next year.
We can't allow rumors to run because people want to pick up on that. That's unacceptable. We can't allow. I mean, that's a flat lie right there. I mean, it's DNR. That own the lakes, but our lakes are in good shape. I know the Lake Association is trying to do their part to fund what they need to do. And the lakes are not going to be shut down. And I mean, again, if we had a perfect lake out there, people, individuals wouldn't call in, but they hear something negative and then they want to start a rumor, and that's unacceptable. Our teams work too hard to give the best life possible to then have that kind of negativity, untruth happen. And Stan, you better not be saying that on the radio.
No. The story was the Lakes Association's running out of money because they've had a severe drop in membership, and they're the ones who have been paying for the chemical treatment of Pine Lake to keep the weeds down because that Eurasian milfoil before they started treating the lakes, it would grow to the surface of the lake, and there'd be weeds everywhere, and some of the boaters would have to stop all the time to remove the weeds from their props. And the guy from the Lake Association was saying, hey, if we don't have any money, that's why they're having a fundraiser next week, and if we don't have any money, we're not going to be able to continue the treatments next year, and then the weeds are going to overtake Pine Lake. Will the city step in if for some reason the Lakes Association can't
have faith in the Lake Association and what they've been doing for years. To continue to take care of it. I know they're just trying to get the public's attention to help support it. That's a DNR lake. Is it the state responsible? At the shoreline, I think, we can all talk about that, but understand we can't use a fear factor here. Tell people the lake's going to be shut down because people, you don't do that when everybody's working hard to keep everything clean.
All right. Thanks for the call. If you want to give us a call, our number again, 362-0522. You were touching upon the reduction in funding because of the property tax reform. This week Michigan City adopted a wheel tax. LaPorte's had a wheel tax for a long time to help pay for the street repairs. Is the city going to have to? You mentioned the locals shouldn't be taxing or putting additional taxes on the local residents. No, I didn't
say that. I said we can't just tax everything. Our residents are seeing NIPSCO increases. You're going to see water and sewer increases because of the continued $100 million infrastructure we're attacking. So you can't just do income tax, wheel tax, all these different taxes, and we all have to work together, which I've been working with the county commissioners this week, and it was really refreshing to work with all three of them and, how we can all work together to improve lives for whether it's veterans, residents, anybody. And we just are going to have to continue to find ways to fund what the public wants us to do and be able to have enough dollars to do that. But I think there's going to have to be options looked at other than property taxes.
What would those options be?
Well, you see the bill was income tax. We're continuing, and we did this since day one in 2020. We've lived within our means. We have not spent or taken on debt in property taxes. except reducing property tax debt by $250,000 that Courtney Parthun did with our team to reduce that for residents by $250,000. But we're going to have to look at what does the public want, how do we fund it, and it won't all be on the backs of property taxes. And the way the state's headed, you can see, if you don't see it, you can see that they're headed for an elimination of property taxes. And so then how do you fund it? I think everybody wants to eliminate property taxes if people didn't want services, but people still want services.
So you think that's where the state's heading, to eliminate property taxes?
Well, I don't know. You hear all the discussions, continual reduction in property taxes. And, hey, we got to protect our seniors. We got to help young people that want to buy homes, but people want those services.
Hey, we have a text message, Tom. Somebody wants to know your thoughts about building a new football field for LaPorte High School. Kiwanis Field made the top 10 most endangered list by Indiana Landmarks. They were 6th. What are your thoughts
they
on
were
the
what?
6th out of 10?
6th.
Yeah, what do you think about the possibility of building a new Kiwanis Field, or do you think Kiwanis Field should stay?
Well, I'm going to leave that to the school board, the athletic program, to do what they need to do. Obviously, education of kids is number one, but we got to have competitive, good quality facilities, and Kiwanis is in dire need of an upgrade there, whatever the school decides. But, you know, with the heavy-duty weight room, I know LaPorte is putting that in, the restrooms, you know, when teams come in from outside, I don't mind if we want to give them, remember Iowa used to put their opponents in pink rooms when they get dressing rooms and so forth. But LaPorte needs better facilities and safer facilities, and I think they're definitely in need of an upgrade.
All right. I'll tell you what, we got to take a quick commercial break. Stay with us here and Sound Off.
Fabulous, fast, financially friendly, freshly priced, fully loaded vehicles at Auto Park. With over 20 years of trust in Michiana, treating customers like family with total transparency at autopark.com. Low offers, racing off the lot. Over 700 vehicles, ready to roll. One price, one person, 1 hour. At Auto Park, affordable payments, amazing pricing, accelerated process, all possible at Auto Park. That's the Auto Park way. Autopark.com. Autopark.com. Does your vehicle need service? Don't have time to bring it in? Don't sweat it. We'll meet you and pick up your vehicle and drop it off as soon as it's ready. Fast, friendly, affordable at Auto Park. Check us out today. Autopark.com. That's Autopark.com.
Save big money on your next project when you shop at Menards. Give any room a fresh look with beautiful Mohawk tile. They feature ceramic, porcelain, mosaic, and glass tiles. Transform your walls with Sandrio 3x12 ceramic tile. This versatile tile adds a handcrafted touch to any space and is available in 5 colors. Pick them up today on sale, now through August 24th. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Hi, everyone. I'm Craig Orndorff. On the next weekend in the country, we head back to August of 1980. Those were the days of the Rubik's Cube and the Walkman, Ronald Reagan, Who Shot JR, The Empire Strikes Back, an urban cowboy with a lot of songs from the soundtrack on the countdown, along with hits by Eddie Rabbitt, Ronnie Millsap, T.G. Shepherd, and more. That's on the next Weekend in the Country.
Weekend in the Country, Saturdays 8 to 10 on 96.7 The Eagle, sponsored by Robert Tillish Appliance.
Radio on 96.7 The Eagle, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. is brought to you in part by Haverstock Funeral Homes and the Child Support Division of the LaPorte Prosecutor's Office. Call in on the Sowers GMC on-air line and tell us what you have to buy, sell, or trade, and host Kathy Reese and Dennis Adele will take care of you. A LaPorte County tradition like none other. Tradio, weekdays at 9, part of the Morning Mayhem on 96.7 The Eagle.
Michiana weather.
Sunshine mixed with clouds at times, with fog in spots early this afternoon. Daytime highs approaching 79. From the Weather Center at HometownNewsNow.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley. Right now, it's 75 degrees.
Thank you for tuning in to Sound Off. You can now text or email your questions directly to the studio. Call or text 362-0522 or email your questions to soundoff@967theeagle.com. This is Sound Off.
68. And welcome back to Sound Off. Our guest again, LaPorte Mayor Tom Dermody. Tom, we have a quick text message. They're asking who's overseeing the construction of the Park Street, Tipton Street project, the city or the state?
Well, when the state pays 90% of it, they get lead, but Nick Minnick and our team at the city is working closely with them to make that project happen. You see a lot of the demos have happened. The owner of Spectrum Recycling and I had a 35-minute conversation today to see how we can work together and move the product out that he needs to get out of there. And so hopefully we're getting closer to helping guide him, and he's ready to get his stuff moved out.
Has he chosen a new location?
We think he has, but we'll see. And we just want to work together to make sure that is resolved.
All right, let's take another phone call. You're on Sound Off with Mayor Tom Dermody. Go right ahead.
Good afternoon. Hello?
Are you there? I guess not. Okay. For some reason, we lost him, so he can give us a call back for sure. Another text message. Does anyone negotiate price with projects like roads and infrastructure? There are a lot of profit for those contractors.
So there are bids that are public bids that are taking place, and yes, but we also can't just go to the lowest bid because we've seen lack of quality. Our residents, as you can see, have complaints when things don't turn out well. So from my perspective, as much as price is important and we have to live within our budget or not do the project, we also have to make sure the quality's there. LaPorte residents deserve the best. They expect the best. And we kind of set that tone. Even with road construction, sidewalk construction. We've had Reith Riley, we've had Milestone, and I've been very pleased with the improvements that have gone on this year between sidewalks and roads. I wish we could do many more. Wish the wheel tax could be stretched out. But again, we can't overtax our residents. We have to live within our means like they do every day.
All right, another text message. Can someone from your office show a diagram of where Washington Street will end, where the overpass will begin, and where it will end, and which homes would be affected? There's no overpass plan for Washington Street, right?
Well, if they're talking about the Tipton over street where Washington comes,
okay.
Yes. Call our engineering office at 362-2327. Joe answers the phone, and ask Joe, and Nick Minnick would be there and can help show you whatever you'd like to see there.
Okay, that's right. The intersection there at Washington and Tipton. I thought he was talking about maybe the route for the trucks or something.
No,
Washington
Washington Street will go under. If I remember that, Washington will go under the overpass, so that won't be affected. There may be some slight changes, I think, but we're still working to find alternative routes for the truck traffic, and I'm excited that NDOT has been so willing to work with us over the last year and continue to provide alternatives for the trucks so they don't have to barrel down the middle of Lincoln Way of our downtown.
All right, another phone call. You're on with Mayor Dermody. Go ahead.
Good afternoon.
With respect to the raising milfoil, other states, for instance, Minnesota, they budget for milfoil treatment, and the DNR manages that. I've contacted Pressel's office many times. They never respond. Tom Dermody always responded to notes when I would ask questions, but Pressel never does. I know it's not a city issue, but I think that the city should do what they can politically to get the state to fund the milfoil treatment. There's no reason why residents should fund it when probably the majority of people that use the lake don't live on the lake. So anyway, that's my comment.
Well, thank you very much. And I will tell you, if you call Jim on his cell phone, he will answer. We all have a lot of topics in that priority. I see the local people.
Yeah, a text message. The local LaPorte people did a great job for years with the Lake Association, especially when it flooded. Of course, that was way back in the 90s. Maybe if you didn't have Illinois people running locals out, they would have more membership.
Okay, so how do we do that? And this cell phone, text me that, because again, we're not putting big banners up somewhere saying we got Chicago people. The LaPorte people are still here, many of them. We said, it's going to be at the bank's apartments. They're all going to be local or all going to be Illinois people. The majority of them, all LaPorte people that needed housing. And we have so much more housing to provide of all levels. People always use the term affordable, and that's a different term for everybody, but we need housing from the Habitat houses that we do to Advantix that's going to be affordable, like at Washington Street and those areas, to higher end, to Beechwood Lakes. So we're going to have options for everybody because everybody has said we need options for everyone. And if the people that have bought their starter home don't have a place to go to the next level of home in LaPorte, they stay in their starter home and they stay there for years, not allowing somebody that needs a new starter home or needs a starter home to buy that when the people move up. So we have to, because there have been no options in LaPorte. And when you don't build, other than Mitch Ficus, housing locally for the past 30 years, you get into the jam that you're in today.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people seem not to like Illinois people. Are we seeing a lot of Illinois people moving to LaPorte? Looks like some of these people who are against them would like to see a wall or something to keep Illinois from crossing into LaPorte.
I see a lot of LaPorte people. We're trying to bring back those kids that have graduated from LaPorte that have gone on elsewhere that maybe can work remotely, provide professional jobs here that they want to come back and take. So it's going to be a competitive situation every day. The state has set up schools to compete. I'm ready to compete as a city to provide the best place for LaPorte residents to be and not want them to move out.
Okay, let's see. We have a couple of text messages to get to, a couple of more. Let's see. He talked a circle. You can still negotiate on a bid before you sign it. I guess I didn't.
Once you accept or don't accept the bids, you can then also negotiate that. So, yeah, we're always trying to negotiate. I don't think maybe in years past the city has done a good job of that. I'm all about maximizing taxpayer money, especially when, like you heard me say earlier, we live within our means. We've not taken on debt and property taxes to fund anything. We know the amount we have. It's going to be less, especially over the next 3 years. But everybody needs to look to be as efficient as possible. Like I said, my priority, my focus is our education system to make sure our kids have the best possibilities moving forward when they graduate.
All right. This person has, they're wondering if the Lake Association, they're going to have that fundraiser next weekend selling hot dogs. They want to know.
That was last Sunday. The one I went to was last Sunday. I didn't have one of the hot dogs, but I can't tell you if they're all beef. All beef. What would you guys
they
think?
They want to know if the hot dogs are all beef. But this they got another fundraiser coming up though next weekend too. So
favorite hot dog? Like I love the Chicago style dog. What about you?
Oh yeah. I like the all beef hot dogs. You can put anything on it and I'll eat it.
Even if the ballparks at the major league level are charging $14 for an all beef. What about you?
I'm all Coney dog.
Okay,
all Coney
yeah,
dog.
that works.
Not a chili dog, a Coney dog, the real deal.
that goes well. But there's nothing like a ballpark dog that I'd go with.
Oh yeah, no question about that. And sometimes I'm in the mood for just mustard on my hot dog, but I like the works. This person is asking in a text, over by Kroger's, why don't they just take out those stupid and put in real road? Thanks.
By Kroger's.
Take out those stupid and put in a real road. What does that mean?
I don't know.
The bricks?
The pavers?
The brick pavers, perhaps.
We had our team fix the pavers. I'm not sure if that's what they're talking about. I've told our team, hey, let's keep it basic. Let's stay to concrete, whether it's, obviously roads to pavement and then sidewalks. Keep it simple. Some of the things look nice, but they last 50 years. I like that. So we got a couple calls.
Yeah, let's take another call. You're on Sound Off with Mayor Dermody. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Stan and Mayor. What about a usage fee for the lake? To also add to improvements to maybe the launch area to where we have a better boat dock tie up at Ski Beach, because there's a lot of boats that are not Indiana registered. There's Michigan boats, there's Illinois boats, there's a Illinois company renting boats on the lake that didn't even have any tax stickers on his boats this year. Nobody did nothing about it. I mean, that would help the situation. Now, I know that's not your lake, so
sure.
I'll leave that idea there, and hope to see you tonight. Let's go Slicers.
You know it, orange and black, baby. I'll be out there, and I'll be out at the tailgate. Like I said, there's nothing like football in the warm weather. Raider Nation. I got my new Raider Nation hat last night. Came in the mail, so it was very cool. But check out the store. If you go to my Facebook page, we did something with the football team and Austin Epple, the head coach, where they have the store where you can buy the same exact clothes and wear that the kids wear, that the team wears, and order it, help them out, and that's good.
Hey, I got a question. The waters of Pine Lake and the Stone Lake, is any of that in the city, or is that all county?
Well, it's DNR owned, first of all, but okay. Obviously Stone's in the majority. Stone, I think, is in the city, and Pine. I mean, we're going to continue to work. We will not let the lakes, which is one of our prime quality of life opportunities, we're not going to let them go away. And that's why, look at what's happened here since an individual called in and said, they're going to take over. It stirred up a misinformation, stirred up all of this when it wasn't true.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on a fee for boats?
Well, here's the thing. I get it, but we have a fee for boats. We have a local income tax. We have property taxes. We have a bid tax. We have a wheel tax. We have to live within our means and find out what's the best way to provide the services and without taxing our residents to death.
All right. I'll tell you what, let's take a quick commercial break. We'll take some more phone calls after this.
The area's largest garden center and stone yard is Smalls. Create a beautiful outdoor living space with Smalls' 30% off sale going on now. 30% off all plants, trees, shrubs, evergreens, and arborvitaes. Plus, Smalls' unique selection of outdoor living decor items are now also 30% off. Time to start planning your next project? Shop Smalls Stone Yard for the biggest selection of beautiful flagstone for your patio and walkway areas. Plus, Smalls has outcropping natural wall stone and fire pits for your landscaping needs. On sale in Smalls Garden Center, red, black, and brown mulch along with cedar mulch, hardwood mulch, log chips, and topsoil. At Smalls, you'll find a huge selection of decorative stone, wash stone, limestone, slag, and boulders. If you'd like someone else to do the work for you, no problem. Just ask Smalls to deliver and plant your purchase. Swing by and save with the 30% off sale going on now at Smalls Garden Center, Stone Yard, and Gift Shop. US 20 in LaPorte, open Monday through Saturday from 8 till 5, Sunday from 10 till 4.
Discover a better way to shop for appliances with Robert Tillish Appliance. They offer a wide selection of new and used appliances from most major brands like Whirlpool, KitchenAid, GE, LG, and Speed Queen. Take advantage of their home delivery, installation, and in-home repair services. Visit rtappliance.com to browse inventory or stop by one of their 3 convenient locations in Michigan City, LaPorte, and Valparaiso. Robert Tillish Appliance is your one-stop shop for all your appliance needs.
Get all your weekend sports updates on 96.7 The Eagle all weekend. Every hour from 11:30 to 9:30 following ABC News, covering the latest in sports news and current scores from across the country. Provided by ABC Sports and brought to you by Giggles Boutique, Flanagan Tires, and Lakeside Auto Works.
We're waiting to hear from you. Dial or text 362-0522 and let us know what you think. That's 362-0522. Back to Sound Off on 96.7 The Eagle.
Hey, welcome back to Sound Off. Mayor Tom Dermody is our guest today. Let's go back to the phones. You're on Sound Off. Go ahead.
Hello, Mayor and Stan. How are you today?
It's a beautiful day, and it's Football Friday.
Yes. Mayor, I hear you speaking of affordable housing quite often, and I've had a question in my mind about an issue that keeps coming up. These corporations that I get postcards from everywhere wanting to buy my house. Now, whatever they pay for a house, they're going to inflate that. They seem to have deep pockets, so money's not an issue with them. And it just seems to me that these corporations are making it harder for, say, first-time home buyers, young couples, or young families, I should say. They want to purchase a home because now that this corporation's bought my house, then they're going to want a whole lot more for it than what they paid for it. So I don't know. I see that as part of the problem with affordable housing, but I wanted to speak with someone that maybe had an idea on the thought as well. So with that, I'll hang up and listen to your response. Thank you both.
Thank you. And what's even worse about those groups or organizations or businesses is they don't care about our community. And for 25 years, we've had people owning rentals and not caring for them, not taking good care of them, and we're in the situation that we are now. That's why we took and applied for the READY grant money from the state. And we haven't seen it yet, but we were awarded $3.5 million roughly of near downtown money that we can start looking at how do we fix up the homes, how do we make sure home ownership's an option, and HFL, the Health Foundation, is going to partner with us in that with some funds themselves. And we're going to begin making sure we change, because again, since day one, we've been cleaning up in the affordable home area from Kingsport to near City Hall, cleaning up those dumps that people have done nothing to improve them as a owner, and yet just keep charging more and more rent. And we can't have that. We want any neighborhood to be treated as if a family member was living in there. So, and I know tenants cause some of their own problems in that, and those are addressed as well. But so that answers that, hopefully. And go ahead. We need more local investors that buy homes and care.
Okay. Somebody wants to know any word on the LaPorte Hospital site?
So, no, it's still owned by the hospital. We think there's an opportunity there, but we are not in the city position to take on debt and buy that. But we definitely, thanks to the hospital, have been allowed to have our voice heard, whether it's housing or something else. If you remember 5 years ago, I said, hey, do a AAA baseball team right down there, and or something like that. You'd be all over that. You'd be the reporter.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Are we going to see a minor league baseball team? Any luck finding an owner yet?
Not there. And we also have, like I said, I think Ron Reed would be a great place to host it. It could be a 12 to 10 game every night with the short porch. but there's got to be a way. We tried working with Schreiber Field with the high school, and unfortunately we weren't able to do that. So we'll keep working, but I think people love baseball here and would love to see it.
All right, well, let's take another phone call. You're on Sound Off.
You big dummy, there's a new police station going across from Danny's Fireworks in the empty lot.
Thank you, Danny. And I thought, hopefully he'll have some fireworks tonight for a big LaPorte win, and appreciate all his commitment to LaPorte.
You're probably scared to go.
But
I'm working the chains. So
oh, my gosh. No wonder there's confusion about what 10 yards equals because you're doing the chains. So, but nonetheless, I think we've looked. I thought the police station would be great there, but I've talked to developers that do not want a police station. So,
is there talk of building a new police station?
Oh, here we go. You're going to. Well, I would highlight anybody to go down to the current police station and see all the issues. I mean, it's like it's struggling and it's embarrassing, and I'm sorry for our police officers that have to work in there. It's time. But again, funding's tight. We got to be careful with debt. We also have City Hall. People say, oh, you should get out of City Hall. I said, no. I can work anywhere. Give me a square office. But people say that we need a new YMCA. And I think that would be great for affordable senior housing there. And we got a lot of works, a lot of needs, but we also have to be responsible with the tax dollars. And I think there's a couple more texts.
Yeah. What about the new houses at Scott Field?
That's part of that Advantage program that Washington School, Scott Field. We're just reducing the size of Scott Field because of all the bad actors that went there for years. Now we'll have a small park and affordable housing, especially on the backside of American Legion. I would love to see a focus on veterans because we owe veterans for all they did for us and our freedom.
Is dirt being moved right now at Scott Field for the homes? Or?
No, we're still working with the state and Advantix, but we're excited to see that project happen. So I know you expect us to move at light speed because I like that, but unfortunately that's going to take a little bit of time with the process from the state on some of these funds. Any other texts while we're talking?
Let me see. Yes. Yeah, the one guy says, he meant pavers over there by Kroger. Why are all the benches disappearing from Lincoln Way? That was brought up by Sierra Sue Jesh at the last city council meeting. Some of
them are being repaired. Some we're looking to buy new. They're very expensive. Our goal is not to eliminate the benches, but get quality benches that people will feel comfortable sitting in. So.
Okay. Well, we're out of time. Any final thoughts for us, Tom?
Yes, 363-7293. There's all kinds of events from Cancer Relay for Life, and everyone's been touched by cancer, to Guardian Riders, and thanks for their service as veterans, to football tonight. Go Slicers. Let's pack the house and get out early. I think it begins at least at 4:30. Let's support. We all talk about teachers. Let's support them by coming out, getting a bite to eat, enjoying all that there's to offer. And if you need me, 219-363-7293. Text me. Enjoy a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you soon.
Okay, great. The tailgating thing. That sounds exciting. Nothing like tailgating at a high school football.
Absolutely, and so great to see everybody having a great time, and it should be a packed house tonight.
All right. Well, Mayor Dermody, thanks as always for coming on Sound Off today. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday. Until then, bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us and voicing your opinion on this edition of Sound Off. The views expressed on Sound Off are those of the host or callers and do not represent the opinion of 96.7 The Eagle, Spoon River Media, LLC, or the sponsors. Sound Off airs live every Monday and Friday, immediately following Update 12 News, and is available online after the show is over under the podcast menu at hometownnewsnow.com. Mark your calendar and join us again for the next edition of Sound Off, right here on 96.7 The Eagle.